Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So, first off, we are going to be starting with this tweet from Gold Telegraph talking about the IMF. This is from the IMF director. We printed too much money and didn't think of unintended consequences. We are acting like 8-year-olds playing soccer chasing the ball today. ECB official is warning of sacrifice needed to tame inflation. The Federal Reserve is warning of pain. We've been watching this area closely for a while, and I just want you guys to listen in on this. This is about 1 minute and 39 seconds long, but listen closely for this.
Yeah.
Madam MD.
I think we are not paying sufficient attention to the law of unintended consequences. We take decisions with an objective in mind and rarely think through what may happen that is not our objective. And then we wrestle with the impact of it. Take any decision that is a massive decision, like the decision that we need to spend to support the economy. At that time, we did recognize that may lead to too much money in circulation, too few goods, but didn't really quite think through the consequence in a way that upfront would have informed better what we do. And I subscribe entirely to what Christine said about climate shocks. We are already out of time. And the fact that whenever something hits us, we forget about this other crisis is incredibly troubling. The fact that we are, I'm sorry I'm going on here, but I'll finish in a second. We act sometimes like 8 years old playing soccer. Here is the ball, we are all at the ball, and we don't cover the rest of the field.
And, it is funny, but like these people are playing with, money all day long. They don't, it's funny, right? Like, we are in a world where we have essentially ruined the economic viewpoint on the U.S. economy and the global economy as well. We are facing the consequences now. We are seeing major inflation. We're seeing liquidity crises. Things are spiraling out of control because we have printed over 80% of the circulatory value of the U.S. dollar in the last 2 years alone. This is a major issue. This is a major concern. Anyone in their right mind could see that this was going to lead to incredible consequences. And now we are seeing it globally. One of China's biggest commodity traders are facing a liquidity crisis. Because if you think about this, right? Everyone is stockpiling precious metals. Gold. Gold is one of the biggest ones right now. We are seeing the Brics nations stockpiling gold. We've talked about the Brics nations for a little bit of time now on this channel. We've been discussing their plans. I honestly believe that they are going to be issuing, possibly a Cbdc specifically around the Brics, and I do believe that they are also moving in on a new payment network to get around, SWIFT. And this has been a major plan. Like, this didn't just happen this year either. We're going to be discussing that in this video as well. But also, talking about the Brics, I keep telling you guys to watch closely around this area because it is unfolding at a rapid pace. Russia's central bank said it could buy Turkish lira for its rainy day fund, even as the currency has spiraled out of control, as Turkey said it would ditch the dollar in payments for Russian energy. Turkey is considering joining Brics. This is what I mean by watch close. And again, a lot of them want to ditch the dollar because at the end of the day, the dollar is what caused a lot of the issues that we are seeing globally. The Federal Reserve has not stopped printing. And this is a major concern. And we see them trying to print even more money, around idiotic agendas. And this is the biggest problem right now within the United States, is there's no cap on printing. This is why a lot of these nations are ditching the dollar. This is why a lot of these nations are ditching SWIFT as well. The SWIFT network has been utilized as a financial weapon for far too long, and things are starting to end. This is going to end, in my opinion, also the dollar dominance era. The dollar will no longer be the reserve currency of the world. And we do see over here breaking news. Egypt plans to issue yuan-denominated bonds worth more than $500 million. The trend continues. The minister added that Egypt postponed the issuance of its dollar bonds due to its high interest rates, and that the country is preparing to issue sovereign. I hope that I'm saying this right. I'm probably going to butcher the name of this, but sucks. I hope that I'm saying that. I'm probably butchering it, and I do apologize. I believe the proper way to say it is sucks, but nonetheless, it is worth 1.5 to $2 billion. And they're, turning to China. This is a concern. If any of these individuals have been watching this closely, they should be also concerned. Like these higher ups at the IMF, even the Federal Reserve, this is why we just talked about the other day, the Federal Reserve moving towards the FedNow payment system. I believe that they are trying to compete with the Brics, and I think that they are also seeing this happen at a very fast pace. This is also why I say that they have no choice but to utilize RippleNet with XRP. Because if they don't, what are they going to use? A lot of people question, is the SEC here to, delay so that, the US can build out their own payments network similar to what, Ripple has solved with XRP? It is questionable, but that does also beg the question, what will these other nations utilize? In my opinion, the XRP ledger is a perfect area for them to focus on. We also do see over here, Egypt will issue yuan-denominated bonds worth $500 million and had postponed the issuance of its dollar bonds due to high interest rates. There are reports of Egypt approaching Brics about the official membership. You don't need that much vision to see what the next move is. And Molly Elmore actually did post this. We talked about this just recently, where it was, what happens if 41% of the world decides the US dollar is no longer the only global reserve currency? A thread on the Brics Alliance and their plans for a new reserve currency and what it means for the US dollar. I just recently talked to you guys about this. Gold is at the center point of this. In fact, gold has always been the center point around a lot of these central banks. They have been stockpiling gold for a very long time. And they have been focusing on cross-border payments. They want to have something that is going to be a payment means of issuance around a bridge. What would be the perfect bridge currency for them to utilize? It would be XRP. And I even talked about a gold-backed reserve currency that could be issued around the Brics Alliance and where XRP would actually stand within that. Remember, when we talk about XRP, XRP is not Ripple. Ripple is not XRP. Ripple also does provide a lot of payment means for their fintech, partnerships that are just utilizing Ripple. Not only are they utilizing Ripple, but some of them do utilize XRP as well with on-demand liquidity. Their goal is to have all of them utilizing on-demand liquidity with XRP, but some of them don't utilize XRP. This is because there is still a far greater, the efficiencies of just utilizing Ripple as well is far greater than utilizing Swift. But remember, right? If these BRICS nations want to get around sanctions and utilize something for a payments means, a bridge, if you will, they could utilize the XRP ledger. It is not centralized. Ripple has no control over that, and they cannot sanction it. So this is the area that I personally have been focusing on, specifically around a gold-backed currency from the Brics Alliance, because this would be something to pay attention to, because it would also bring a very large, streamlined area around the U.S. acting fast on something like utilizing RippleNet with XRP to not only compete, but also, again, basically beat them and reserve the title of the global reserve currency around the US dollar. So this is what we have been watching for. Because remember, right? Just recently, when we did sanction Russia, and Russia did start to move quickly on their plans around their financial system, it really, put the pedal to the metal around regulating stablecoins, regulating CBDCs, moving in on CBDCs. And ever since then, things have moved rapidly. And we have been talking about the new members around the BRICS. Argentina, Iran, Turkey, Egypt, Saudi Arabia. These are major areas to focus on. And we also do see over here from Anderson, This is quoting Watcher Guru. Just in, Iran approves the use of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency for imports and trading goods. And Iran also wishes to join Brics. What a coincidence. This is what we have been focusing on because the Brics nations have been extremely bullish on crypto for a very long time. Also, like I said, this is nothing new. Going back to 2019, for an example, Brics nations discussed shared crypto to break away from the US dollar and SWIFT. A lot of people will say, XRP is the perfect one here, and I argue that it is. They're not going to utilize Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever the case may be to get around sanctions. It is far too expensive to utilize. XRP or something similar to XRP would be the perfect example to utilize in place of something like this. I mean, listen. At the end of the day, it is obvious that they want to get away from the US dollar. We do see up here, if it is possible to reduce currency risk, then it is better to carry out trading payments directly and not through the purchase of dollars. This is obvious. The vast majority of more or less large global economies are now working on this issue, pegged to the dollar or pegged to gold, not the US dollar. This is what we have been watching for. If they do have something that is pegged to gold, it's not going to be XRP. A lot of people think that it is XRP that will be, pegged to gold. That is just idiotic. There's no reason to do that. But to issue out a stable coin that could be pegged to the dollar on something like the XRP ledger, that could be a possibility. Remember, on Zinfin right now, there is Comtech Gold. It's pegged to, gold. You could buy gold with Comtech Gold on a DLT. That's what we look at, because even down here, they are looking at DLT, a possible solution for Brexit, for example, replacing the usual 5 to 10 year gestation period. Again, DLT is the focus point here, and they are seeking an alternative to SWIFT. They have been for a very long time, going back to 2019, and recently we just seen that major move. And over here we do see Brics will use CBDCs for transactions. Ripple is working with the central banks of these countries, Brazil and India, confirmed. Now that does not mean that Ripple will play a part in this, because if Ripple does, guess what? Ripple is a sanctionable company. They are a US-based company, but they are also easily sanctionable. But when we look at XRP, XRP will most likely be the bridge currency, because remember, the XRP ledger with the use of XRP is fully decentralized. There is no issues around sanctions within that. And when we look at things happening around the world right now, it would not be a surprise to me if the Brics were working on a CBDC that was pegged to gold that would be issued out on something like the XRP ledger. We have seen this in the past. We have seen things, being discussed around this as well. And why wouldn't they choose the XRP ledger when the efficiencies are far greater than most people can actually really, perceive? But when you actually look at it, it is significant. You are still getting that 3 to 5 second transaction time because you are utilizing XRP. And when you look at this, this is an extremely sustainable, ledger. The powerful, technology behind the XRP ledger is something to watch for around payments. This is why we have been discussing this for a while now. And even when you go and look at the use cases and the potential behind this, it is everything that these major nations would want to utilize: micropayments, cryptocurrency wallets, exchanges, stablecoins, NFTs, DeFi, and even CBDCs. Everything that they need to transact on a day-to-day basis, and even solving real-world problems across industries. And these are a lot of the projects that are already building out and working on the XRP ledger. Again, the on-demand liquidity, consensus mechanism is being built out on the XRP ledger. This is what powers it. This is why I say, pay attention to the XRP ledger. Pay attention to what is happening around these Brics nations. Things are unfolding at a very rapid pace. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As up to you all, have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.